Good morning from a very cold Dewar Centre in Perth, Scotland for the quarter-final stages of the Mercure Perth Masters 2018. I'm Kenny Edwards and I'm joined by Rob Niven for this matchup between Team Smith and Team Peter de Cruz. Team Smith, Cameron Smith at lead, Kyle Waddle at second, Thomas Muirhead the third and Kyle Smith the skip. Team de Cruz, Valentin Tanner, the lead for the Swiss side, Peter de Cruz, second player and skip, Claudio Pat, the third, and Benoit Schwartz playing fourth rocks.
Yeah, really exciting game this morning, Kenny. That two Olympic teams playing in the quarterfinals in this lineup here. We've got two All-Olympian clashes this morning, and it's great to see these guys here so close to the biggest tournament of their lives coming up. So these guys know each other well. They've played each other a few times this season and are broadly head-to-head is level at the moment. And we're looking forward to what will be a real scalp grabber for either of them. Here we're seeing the lineup that I'm just discussing. So at the top of the draw there, we've got Team Eden playing Team Stern. Sweden and Denmark's represented the Olympics. Again, Norwegian Olympic representative playing our local boys, Team Bryce from Scotland. Team Germany, Baumann playing against Pat Simmons of Saskatchewan, Canada. And Team Smith, Britain's representatives at the Olympics, playing against Team de Cruz, our Swiss Olympic team. So we're guaranteed at least two Olympians in the semi-finals, the way it's set up. And no, we're looking for an exciting game this morning.
Yeah, there we see Kyle Smith on the left, and then his younger brother Cameron down there on the right.
Local boys, these guys know the ice very well here. They, even though they're travelling the world, they're still coming out on a Wednesday night and playing in local super leagues.
Yeah, this is Peter de Cruz there just to the left. That's Claudio Pat, and Valentin Tanner there on the right.
Yeah, very powerful outfit too. They've been coming here for a year or two. They'll be quite familiar with the backdrop and the conditions and the stones. They come here year on year. They know they'll get good conditions and they can ply their trade.
Yeah, just about to get underway. Both teams did have a short practice before we got underway. The last stone advantage will be with Team de Cruz. So this tournament really wouldn't be possible without the event sponsors of Mercure Hotels, Perth Honda, Perth and Kinross Council, Ironside Coaches, Live Active Leisure, and many other sponsors from the local area.
Yeah, and especially World Curling Tour for bringing us these fantastic pictures that we've had all week. The camera work's been fantastic, and the production, the clarity of the curling is great, being beamed all over the world. So we're very blessed to have the World Curling Federation supporting us.
Yeah, so we're off and running in the first end, and Cameron Smith throwing up the centre guard.
Probably a bit long there, Kenny. I think he would have wanted that a bit closer. We've seen already this week there's quite a bit of swing, and if a guard's too long, these teams can come round at hack weight, backline weight, and probably pop them out anyway. So I think he'd be hoping to be a bit longer.
Yeah, so Valentin Tanner just drawing this one into the top of the white 8-foot area.
Yeah, probably a more defensive call. We've seen earlier on the rounds, de Cruz was throwing corner guards at this stage of the game, but just a little bit tighter with it being an elimination game in the quarterfinals. He's playing a little bit tighter at the first end and just making sure he doesn't go for it too much.
Yeah, absolutely. Ice conditions, I think, might have changed today. It's very, very cold outside. Big change in the weather conditions.
Yeah, you think that it'll just be a little bit straighter to start with, but it's been crispier outside. -6 this morning when I left home. Just the balmy -3 just now, so as the morning goes on, we'll maybe... I think that the swing will develop once the pebble gets polished. Nice curl in there now. Great shot there from Cameron Smith.
Yeah, so Peter de Cruz asking Valentin Tanner to throw one out wide to the back 8 foot, drag the play away from the centre line.
Yeah, well, I guess he's dominating the middle of the house at the moment with that one at top 8. So if he can get another stone in here, then like you say, it's taking the play away from Team Smith. Yeah, nice separation and just deeper to take the double off.
C'est un poil plus lent qu'au début des autres matchs. Hein? Genre 1,5 m ou... Ouais, 1,5 m je pense. Hein?
So Kyle Waddle just being asked to play the hit and run off this red stone. Just been played.
Oh, great attempt. Just playing the down weight there for control. Just curled a little bit much.
Yeah, but does cover the inside edge, so he's covered the right side.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Swiss skip, the Cruz, obviously calling the game but throwing second stones, with Benoit Schwartz throwing last stone. So more unusual lineup for the Scottish teams, but some of the Swiss and Canadian teams have gone with this approach. Sometimes takes the pressure off the skip a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't have to think about calling the game as well as playing last rocks.
The Cruz just calling that a little bit aggressive out of his hand. I think he's just jagged it back in the high side, so this might not come back from there, and he looks more than hack.
Yeah, just slipped past the side of the yellow. That was more of a barrier weight.
Yeah, just once you up the weights, you can't afford to be too aggressive and pop them out there, because they don't come back once you put them out. So I was maybe just hoping for a feather, might have popped them deeper behind the guard, but good shape for the steal now.
Yeah, so I think they're just looking to half check this top yellow.
Yeah, the angles are good for him. The nice stagger on them. So if he can corner freeze or even just come up a foot short of the yellow, it'll be A1. He's a bit shorter than that. He's kind of left it because he needed it to develop a bit more. So be happy enough with there.
Yeah, I would have liked it at least a couple of feet further.
Yeah.
A double peel is relatively easy.
Nice to see the teams going for it from the first end. There's no thoughts of playing the game in the house here. We're going to see a proper game of curling.
Stay there.
Well, does move the two guards off and rolls a corner himself.
Ouais, la première c'est genre 1 mètre de plus que hack, je pense. C'est 11-3. Non mais je dis la vitesse, elle est arrivée juste non. Non, ça arrive.
Yeah, Kyle happy to go with the centre guard again. I mean, there might have been a temptation there to go for the force end and play the nose hit on the front yellow, remove the red, and lie 3 counters. So he's going for the steal.
Yeah, he sure is. I think maybe it's a little too early to move things around. Just got to watch this one doesn't overcurl.
Juste ça, Claudio.
Probably has just overcurled.
Probably has half a stone, yeah. You'll only see half from the hack, so even if he plays this stone perfectly, Team Smith will see the whole rock. Shouldn't be able to get in behind any cover. Certainly on the stone this time. Lighter weight though.
Yeah, he's very light for weight. Oh, he's got the
That's
top
on the front
yellow.
one. Yeah.
Really isn't a good shot.
No, I think we'll see reds go now, especially because the angles have changed and it's kind of lined up that yellow-red combination onto the shot. So Kyle will want to move these around a bit, even if he does just half check into that pocket.
Yeah, half to 2/3 would be about perfect.
Yeah.
This one's beginning to move.
Get out.
Well, doesn't remove the red from play. It's probably a little bit fortunate not to push it in behind the corner guard. Just caught that flush red a little bit too thick.
Yeah, it curled more than they thought coming down the centre line on the in-turn there. So they kind of chose the in-turn over the out-turn that they've been playing. I don't think that was wrong. It probably made it a better angle on the double. But they were unsure how much it was going to swing because we hadn't seen the in-turn. The double on, or is that yellow just checking it? Yeah, I think the double's not quite on the shot stone. He'll be happy to shift the top two ones, but it might just spring onto the red. He's just going to be careful about that. They're just looking at these angles just now.
Elle est ouverte après celle-là. Moi, ça me dérange pas de venir 10,5. Sur 2 tiers, 3 quarts. Non, c'est pas ouais. 2 tiers.
Yeah, so I think what they decided to do is just play the control takeout on the top one. Try and get a good shooting stone in behind the corner guard.
Yeah. It's amazing how important that corner guard stone's become. Even though there's 3 yellows in play with a centre up, that corner guard's still very much in play. The Cruz is still looking for a 2 here, even though he's lying with 3 counters against him in the house.
Oui. 11, 10,5. 10,5, parfait. 10, 10,5. Très bien, vitesse.
Well, this one needs to move.
Regarde, ouais.
Oh, good shot.
Very nice shot. Team Smith need to be a little bit careful. Can't afford to hit on the nose and leave a relatively simple double.
Thing is, if you only bump that there and it's still the double anyway.
Yeah, and they can't afford to roll out either. So they've got to try and sit somewhere without leaving a double. So they're just looking which is the better way to go. Do they go in behind the corner, which isn't really ideal, but if they go across, the chance of a double are even easier. So
don't really want to nose.
Kyle Smith just talking us through the options here. Just a half check behind the red wouldn't be terrible.
It's a touch.
Control weight again here, I think. Yeah, barrier.
Oh, yep.
This one beginning to move though.
Yeah, they might be plan B now. Yeah, I think they've changed their mind to go the other way now. It's not an easy double because he needs it quite thin, and I don't know if he'll see enough of the inside of it to get that double.
It's very tight.
Yeah.
Probably done enough.
By an inch.
Faut quand même arriver sur un tir. Si tu prends une moitié, tu vas arriver par-dessus là.
J'aime bien hack. Si je prends un peu fin.
The hit and check just in front is a pretty powerful result for him.
Exactement là. C'est parfait, je trouve.
Oui.
Hein?
Mais si je prends un tir avec hack, on est bien.
Ok. J'aime bien ça.
Schwartz is still thinking double.
Juste hack. Hack.
Playing a hack weight and just trying to catch the inside.
Là.
Yeah, the Cruz is saying just sit there.
Hein? Hack. Ouais. Si je prends vraiment trop fin, je m'arrête dessus, tu vois.
Still be a hack weight. Do you think
Juste sur une demi-pierre.
Kyle Smith was a bit lighter than barrier there?
I think
It did move.
It did move. I just think he wasn't quite out to the stick, to be honest. They jumped on it pretty early.
Pretty quick, yeah. Early call from the team saying it's just hack weight, no more. But
this one is beginning to cut really hard. Have they done enough to get it past? Oh, they just rub it. They've nicked that yellow in behind as well.
I just think that might have been just light enough. The sweeper's called hack immediately at the first hog line. And I think they were just telling the skip that's only just hack.
Yeah, I think even if they'd got past, they probably would have missed the top one, got to the second one.
Yeah.
Being up there, we were taking that out turn I threw in the last one was probably a little soft and it bit the lines. I think we can take in a little.
You can be right to them, or anywhere here, really.
Oh, yeah. So he's got 2 shots. He's got the out turn come around, which would be half check and guard, but this is the killer stone if you can get this right at the top of the 4 foot.
Well, I think you need to be tucking it right in, or
let's take a little less.
sticking this one just biting the top of the 8 foot. Reason being, what you don't want to do is leave it wide open and leave a slash triple.
I think he's got to be beating the nose hit, so he wants to be biting the 4 foot so that the nose hit on the double isn't the shot.
High line! We only!
On the brush if you can!
Gotta go, Cammy!
Come on! Go to the end!
And we're past the yellow.
Yeah, he's certainly high enough line, but it's just for
Alright, work there.
just light enough, but he'll be happy enough with that for a guard, but can come round at hack weight, bump the 2 yellows and still develop a 2. Just wanted to be in there.
On peut faire ça si tu veux, ça me dérange pas.
Un tiers,
It's barely there, Rob, to be honest.
Fais ça.
Yeah,
J'en
just,
ai de là-bas, mais
maybe just trying to bump it enough to get.
le run back est peut-être plus facile.
I think you just come down,
Mais le run back est
try and
plus
catch the inside of the nose at hack weight.
facile. Ouais, je vois
Enough for a 1.
un tiers.
Yeah.
Ouais, je vois une petite moitié. Non, je vois un tiers.
Ça?
Poil plus.
Fais ça.
Stones are springy in Perth.
Ice is very straight at take out weight.
He's got to be a barrier weight if he's going to try and remove these from the white circles, the 8 foot circle, to try and develop that top red into the count. He's going for it though.
Whoop! Hop! Whee!
Has he made it past the guard? I think he has.
Yeah. Oof.
Very tight.
Yep.
He sprung it. Has he done enough?
Wee tail end spin.
No.
I was surprised at the weight he threw there. You saw the point of contact, a barrier weight shot with a bit more control. Might have given him more chance.
Yeah, absolutely. But then he was trying to get a lot of action on the first stone.
Yeah, to make it spin.
So, the steal of 1 in the first end for Smith. They'll be really happy with the way they've started. Applying a bit of pressure to the young Swiss side.
Steal.
Yeah, well, they've won the hammer back. Short 8 end game. It's pretty crucial to get a good start. They played each other twice in the Europeans back in December. The Cruz came out on top in the round robin, but the more crucial semi-final, Smith defeated Cruz to go on to the final. Very evenly balanced teams, similar experience. They've been on the Grand Slams similar amount of time, so it's a great matchup for us, and they'll be keen on taking each other down prior to the Olympics. Both will be targeting medals.
Honestly.
Tight centre guard again this time, Kenny.
What are you thinking?
Where?
Tight.
Where is it?
Tight.
Yeah, just describing this one as tight, so very close to the house, the scoring area.
Yep. got 15-7, so probably where it should be.
He's just throwing that first one, I hear, so.
Yeah, they're just working out their splits. They came down the left-hander's intern line there, which was the side of the sheet that hadn't been used much in the first end, so it was maybe just a tad slower than the other side. So Cruz going for the corner guard this time. Maybe just with the yellow counter being closer to the house, he's decided to go for his 2 a little bit more aggressively this time.
Yeah, he knows the ice conditions also. He is, it's only the second end. He knows how much he's going to pull and what's the weight to play, so a little less risk.
I've got the same split.
Just for weight just now, guys. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
He's looking to come around this centre guard.
Way only. Line's perfect, Kyle. Line's perfect.
Looks pretty good. They've swept it, managed that well.
No, not Tom.
Yeah, good shot.
Shows the difference between a swept stone and an unswept stone. They called the same split out of his hand, so.
I think maybe just a couple of stones down that same track as well, just quickening it up.
Yeah.
Plus vitesse, wow, wow.
4.
Attention.
3, 4.
Whoa, whoa.
Well, the Cruz has got his corner guard up, but he's going to do something about these yellows first before he can develop it. So he'll try to corner freeze this top yellow.
Ligne parfaite, collez dessus. Yep.
He'll get the opportunity for the corner later on in the end.
Ça, c'est bien. Okay.
Yeah, just a bit light. Really want it to be up to that stone.
Je pense que ça a déjà ralenti maintenant. Je pense que ça a
Thick.
Ça, c'est 15 et le
To miss that one, a little thick, Kyle.
Yeah, it's given an opportunity for Smith to take off the corner guard and maybe move it.
Yep.
Following a thick strike to try and get it into the centre. That was the one he didn't want to move. Not a bad result though.
Good.
Okay. Comme ça, on n'arrive pas, hein. Comme ça, on n'arrive pas.
Yeah, you can see he's fairly happy with that. Got the centre
Comme ça.
covered up. Exactly what you don't want if you've got last stone.
Double.
Yeah, you can see Schwartz doesn't like this, so he's wanting to bail out of this early on. You can see it's very difficult for him to get a 2 from this position. No corner guards up, but nose hit.
Wow.
Nettoie.
Tiens, ouais.
Nettoie, ouais.
Ouais.
Oh, great shot.
Yeah. Takes both yellows out of play.
Got a little reverse on it, so it dragged it back, straight back. I thought the angles were missing.
Clean.
Weight's good.
Yep.
Yeah, so both teams happy to keep this end really open now. That Kyle Smith's got a slight advantage at the moment, so he's quite happy not to try and gamble too much, and the Cruz can't see too many easy ways of developing his 2, so not want to put his own team under too much pressure by taking a gamble.
Yeah, I think we'll just see the teams run through some stones here.
Wow. Ligne bien. Ligne bien.
Both these sides full-time curlers now, though, so
Parfait.
certainly changed days from we were playing, Rob.
Yeah.
Bien.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a massive evolution in the game, even in just the last 5 years, in terms of the direction of sweeping and the fabrics and just the overall fitness of players. And although we've gone for a consistent fabric on the brooms, these guys can really work a stone, and the importance of sweepers has come into the game even more than it ever was. So nutrition, psychology, all a big part of the game for these guys. Huge balancing act as well in their work lives, family lives, time away.
Yeah, they spend a lot of time on the tour. Some of these guys are heading out to the Continental Cup in Canada next week.
Ouais, c'est plus vite que Pete.
10.
Yeah, Team Smith aren't going to the slam that follows that in Alberta. They're playing the German Masters, staying in Europe before they go to the Olympics. It would be a big travel in the other direction.
Yep.
I think the Cruz is playing the slam, Kenny. They've travelled Canada a lot this year. They've had some great results, doing top 10 in the World Curling Tour again, as Team Smith is as well. So shows their consistency. I mean, it's really hard to stay up in there when you see how many Canadian teams are performing week in, week out, for European teams to go over there and be as consistent as these two teams are. It's a real feather in their caps.
So just going the other side this time.
C'est bien.
14,5.
Exploring the ice a little just to understand how much the ice curls.
Yeah, and polishing it up as well, so we've got a consistent pebble over the whole sheet. I wondered whether they might have been tempted to drop one of these shorter and just throw up a corner guard for free, just to see what Team Smith would have done. I'm pretty sure he would have peeled, but gives them a chance just to get their draw weights.
Yeah.
Interesting. Kyle
I'll
just
keep
dropping
it
it to a
fun.
controlled weight
Call
here.
them both
He's
about 10, so-
called barrier because he knows he'll probably have to play a barrier weight down here at some point.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is Kyle Smith.
Easy. Whoa.
Keep it clean. Clean.
Right onto the nose.
Schwartz too going to play a down weight on his out turn here. Just playing a controlled barrier.
Ça devrait curler un peu. Hein.
Just on the high side.
C'est assez vite. Hein.
Yeah, so Kyle's going to put it right on the button here and make it as difficult as possible for Benoit Schwartz to get an easy blank. He'll be happy with a forced one here out of nothing, but
Il était assez bien revenu, mais quand il l'a joué, il l'a balayé et puis il l'a pire. Elle était sur la pierre déjà.
yeah, it's great having the microphones with this coverage from the World Curling Tour. We can really feel you're on the ice with the players. You can find the tactics, find the strategy. Not many sports you get into the heads of the players while they're performing.
Yeah, if you can. 15.
Fully in, Kami.
All right.
Very good.
Sweet.
That was less than the other one anyway.
Yeah, weren't too worried where that one ends up as long as it was in the scoring area.
Like it's going to get up to speed so far, eh?
Okay. In.
Yeah, Kyle just commenting there that it's maybe just not up to speed down that track. They were 15 was the call for the previous two, and he threw that there, so maybe just found a slower bit. Benoit Schwartz will be going for the blank. In-turn strike.
This one looks right on the nose though, so a bit of a mistake from Benoit Schwartz trying to blank the end and retain last on advantage. Hits that one on the nose and scored a single point.
Yeah, Benoit's pretty disappointed. He must have probably turned that in. They gave him plenty ice, so advantage Team Smith at the moment.
No point throwing the corner and through.
Just discussing the strategy. It's good to see the old way of the skip disappearing to the far end and having to think about it by himself, and now it's a full team decision about how they call the game. Anticipating that the Swiss will go short, so we're going to come round.
Yeah, so Smith stealing a single point in the first end, really the main talking point of the game so far.
Yeah, a chance just to thank our sponsors, the Mercure Hotel Group, lead sponsor of the City of Perth Masters in conjunction with Perth Honda and Perth and Kinross Council, and production brought to you by World Curling Tour. So we're really blessed to have the full team of supporters here this week.
Il y a la place pour l'instant. Oh, Pat.
Il y a bien, ouais. Nature 3.
So first time the Swiss have gone first in this game, so we'll definitely see centre guards up for sure. He's gone close at the house with the first, so pretty good where that one is. We got a slight insight to Kyle Smith's strategy there in between the ends, that they discussed they weren't going to go corner guard, they were going to come round it, just try and play a little bit more defensive and potentially force the one so they can get control of the hammer in the fourth and sixth.
Gotta go. Hard line, Kyle. Come on. Way only now. Way only. Way only, boys. Just bite the 8. Yep, Tom.
Really good control of weight from
nice.
Cammy Smith there.
Sweep, guys.
Yeah.
8-9.
A good sweep as well. Kyle Waddle was called on to keep it straight for line there, and once they got to the hog, they got in it early and they were able to let it develop after that.
8-9. Ligne, c'est bien. 6-7. Ligne, c'est bien. Oui. 6. Ouais. Oui. Ligne parfaite.
4.
Pas, les gars.
Juste 4.
Oui.
Juste 4.
It's curling at the end as well. That might just feather the yellow. Just a feather, but pretty good attempt.
Yeah, but that redstone, you should be able to see most of it. So see the sweeping action of the Swiss middle order. Yeah, it's something that the game has changed so much in the past few years. Like you say, the fitness of these guys, spend a lot of time in the gym.
Clean.
These tournaments now, 3-game day if you're going to make the final. So a lot of sweeping involved.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's got the guard, but he'll not be too disappointed.
That'll work.
Managed to hang on as well as a great catcher at the back there, so just that controlled weight. Maybe just with Cammy Smith coming off the left-hander's hack, made the line of the red harder to get to on the intern. But he's moved the centre guard off and he's moved another corner into the wing, so it's a good plan B. It's enough of an irritation for Team de Cruz to want to remove it from play.
There's
really not much else he can do here.
No, I think
another centre guard would be a bit of a gamble at the moment at 1-all.
Yeah, a big gamble. So you hit the back one here, spring to the 8 foot.
Lie to. The force is still on. Oh, that's an early yes. I think he's turned that in, is he? Save your breath, lads, I think is what he's saying.
Well, don't see someone miss by that much, so maybe it grabbed something rather than... I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
He's making the double back.
Just when he called it from release, he called the boys on straight away. He almost knew it grabbed something just at the hog line. Lightweight though. In time for Kyle Waddle. Controlled weight again, just trying to bump and roll across here.
Line.
Oh, that's curling a lot too.
Line. Come on.
It's okay, just line.
Line.
Right, good.
Whoa, whoa.
Back forward.
This one looks as if it's got a lot of pace in it.
We just had to go a little for a line.
Oh, I miscalled that, Kenny. I thought they were trying to develop that front yellow, but they were just going dead draw around the corner guard.
Yeah, absolutely. But has hung on
Le
at
double, il est
the
pas là.
back 12.
Yeah,
Sur 2 tiers.
it's still there. And
là.
it's
Le tiers est roulé à
brought
bas.
the corner
Avec,
guard
si tu
into
le fais
play
pas.
massively.
avec 10.
Je trouve
Roulez
pas qu'on
loin.
se sort des ennuis avec ce double, mais...
Although the Cruz is still line one, he's in a bit of trouble here.
Ouais.
Yeah, sure is.
Ouais.
I don't think they like the way there's so many yellow counters lying around when they don't have last stone or a
Exact,
centre
faut
guard to
presque
bail
tout.
them out. So
Faut juste être shot là-dessus en gros. c'est
Exact.
ça. Ok.
Tu peux faire ça, moi ça me va, mais je trouve pas que... Je trouve que
no
c'est
doubles
difficile.
on.
On va être 9.
Ouais, juste là.
Ok.
Tant qu'on est là, si t'es vraiment collé, je
Ça,
trouve
c'est-
vraiment bien. Parce que si t'es collé, on aura un double après. Hein,
Yeah,
s'il
they're
fait le
just
coup.
saying if they can play the perfect freeze on
Si
that, it
si on y
probably
en a
takes
après, c'est
the
difficile d'enlever ça.
the left-hand counter out as
ça.
well if you can play it, but it's just
Si on est
sucking
collé
in
là, c'est
a
difficile
drawing
d'enlever après la
contest
zone
around the
plus,
corner
mais-
guard then.
Yeah, that's not,
Ou bien-
not
On peut
where
très bien faire ça maintenant,
they
mais...
want
Ou
to
bien
be.
7.
Moi ça me va aussi. Hein.
Hein?
Moi ça me va aussi. Hein. Headshot.
7, 8. 7, 8. Ouais.
Ça carre assez bien.
Je pense plus. Faut être 8 pieds, encore un peu. Ouais.
Just saying, calling the distance and
On vient
the way they want to be. This
juste.
7-8, so sort of back of tee is what they're calling. So
Je vais venir juste 7, 8 comme ça là.
try and lie to
Là-bas.
with
À
no
droite.
double.
Enfin, derrière la garde. Parce que le problème c'est que si on est freeze après pour enlever la jaune ça devient difficile. Tu vois. Alors si on est juste 7, 8 ça va. Mais je mettrai plus ça. Je pense que ça va vraiment curler quand même.
Never really want to encourage a
Ouais.
drawing contest around a corner guard when you don't have the hammer. The favourite is always the guy with the last stone in those situations, so he's got to be absolutely perfect here.
9 ça va aussi. Hein.
Ouais,
Bigger rotation on the stone this time, making sure that this
vitesse.
Attention.
Ouais.
wasn't going to take off out of his hand.
Ok, ligne bien. Oh. Vitesse.
Attention. Wow.
Alors il faut être là. Alors collé.
Certainly
Collé,
deep anyway,
Val. Exactement collé.
right back onto the stone.
Yeah, so it does make a good freeze. So
J'ai joué avec la tendance un peu plus vite.
nullifies the yellow at the back, but that's really all it has done.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean he's lying third or fourth shot there. It's not really going to be in the count.
Way
but it's
only.
set a lovely little nest for Kyle
Easy
Waddle to come
line.
into.
Room. Tom's in.
Just needs to
Alright,
curl a
gotta
little
curl,
bit. His
gotta
weight's
curl.
really good here
Curl.
if it can curl.
Hi, Tom. Hi, Tom. Hi, Tom. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Yeah, good attempt because it's right behind the guard, but it's probably just a stone deep, is it?
Yeah, I think it is a little bit deep. Would have liked it to be tucked in a couple more inches also.
Yeah, I think that's why Carl Smith was shouting don't stop. He was really wanting to get it right round the guard. He knew it was going to be deep anyway, so he thought, well, better behind the guard deep than
Juste vitesse.
half and half.
4, 5, 5.
Il faut la vitesse. Hein.
4,
Il faut la vitesse.
4,
Il faut la
5.
vitesse, c'est sûr.
5.
Claudio Pat's just following him in here.
Ligne vraiment bien pour 6.
It's a lovely swing in there now.
Oui. Tout le long les gars. Ouais. Yep. Encore un petit peu, tout petit peu. Ok.
Well, that's not a great shot, to be honest.
Just a shade light.
It's very thin, that
Yeah.
double.
Yeah, that's too thin, I think, at the moment. He's line one yellow around the corner,
Either this one.
but he can't
or
really.
Do we try and hit that really skinny?
Yeah, the skinny's bit of a gamble. You get that wrong, that could jam the the red.
Yeah. If we hit it too thick, we could do that as well.
I think the call would be come down at sort of control weight. Catch just the high side, the left hand side of the yellow.
We're daft if we jam it though, eh?
Either way, you could jam it.
Spring the yellow in behind the red, that way you sit your 2.
Yeah, I think that's the shot I like the most. I like playing that front yellow just at 2/3 and try and develop it at a hack weight, because it leaves the played stone up at the top, so you've still got control of the end.
Does that do anything?
I think the risk of the skinny double is far too high. It's a high category shot, that.
What do you like? Don't mind that just now.
Barrier.
Yeah. Yeah, barrier's good.
Well, not sure I agree with this call, Rob, but they're maybe just thinking they want to open up a shot to the centre should they need it.
Yeah. The one thing about this is that he'll lie in for potentially second shot, and if it over curls, the angle of the yellow onto red isn't going to damage the shot stone.
Yep.
So there's a couple of options here, just off nose to lie
High.
second or third, but if it feathers the top one, it's no disaster.
Yep. Yep.
He's
Whoa.
pretty good on the
High.
nose here.
High. Okay, okay.
Nice separation too.
Yeah, really good separation. Only one red counter in there.
Bonne moitié.
It's causing any trouble.
Il n'y a pas beaucoup de risque.
Bonne moitié.
I mean, there's a big cross-court double, but I don't think Kyle Smith will mind them going for that too much.
Si tu fais la rouge, tu fais ça.
The risk of them losing the red shooter there would be great, and with only one red in there, they're pretty exposed to a multiple here.
Faut de toute façon être parfait. Hein.
Tu veux faire quoi l'autre?
C'est quoi, c'est une bonne moitié, je pense, hein, ce serait. Si on
bien,
veut
ça.
arriver là, un tiers, c'est vraiment trop. Enfin, un tiers, ça.
So what's he got? He's got the
Yeah,
tap
yeah,
up on his own red. He's got that big
Yeah,
cross
jam,
court.
huh?
He could replace
jam.
the yellow at the top of the house and try and get a bit of
Avec ça,
control
Julie.
in the centre.
Ouais. Pour une bonne moitié, tu finis là, je pense.
Les gars,
I think you've
ouais,
got
il
to have
faut
a go
juste
at
essayer,
the,
je crois qu'on
il faut
a-
essayer,
on n'a pas le temps de réfléchir sur
bonne
maintenant.
moitié.
across the house, even if you pick the double on the
Une bonne, ouais, une
The
bonne moitié,
outside,
je pense. Moitié,
two
c'est
yellows.
parfait. Ouais, c'est parfait, moitié.
Moitié, c'est assez bien. Ouais.
Has he got a treble on there? Can he catch the top one and get the double on the outside and flick the shot stone on the way past? I think
just there, I think, Rob. You've got to get very tight to that to top red.
Yeah, you catch this on the high side too much, you take your own red out and probably spin the shooter. So key stone for this end is this one.
Oui! Oui! Fort! Vraiment
It's
fort,
a
Valvin,
little
fort!
inside though. Yep, there
Just
you
the
go.
shot we called. Brilliant shot. Really good shot.
Pretty good.
Yeah, he's pleased with that one. Yeah, shot of the game so far. It was there, but it was a high risk call. Actually, more room between the stones there than we thought.
Ouais, pas encore. Je pensais pas que presse 2 tiers ça toucherait.
Turned the end around.
It's there, we draw there.
So Team Smith still got the corner guard up. Two options: take the red off or come round them all. I think at the moment this is the right shot because I think the yellow is counting third shot at the back, so this would bring it back into the game.
Whoa. Yep.
Yep.
Whoa. Yep.
Whoa!
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Must be close if we're getting the yes/nos.
Oh. Touch it. Hit the back. Good shot.
Yeah, it's feathered that back one as well, which has definitely made them lie two now.
Non, c'est déjà bien.
Yeah, really nice shot. Control weight
Ouais,
takeout.
mais
Roulez là, tu dis?
même un peu plus loin.
Hein?
Même un peu plus loin.
On va être là. Ouais.
Ouais, c'est
C'est
bien.
bien.
T'aimes bien le out? Pas trop, hein.
Ah, moi, ça me
So
dérange
no
pas du tout.
doubles
hein.
on
no,
this time, no trebles, doubles.
Juste normal.
Straightforward nose hit.
Roulez là.
Probably trying to develop it across to the left-hand side of the sheet, or nose hit, he's saying there. The beauty of being across at the other side is it'll make a double a little bit more easy with his last one. And a cracking end of curling.
Well, having to go hard on this one.
Yeah, it's that intern side at hack weight really does go, and this is where the Cruz was caught out earlier. Oh, he's got away with it though.
He got a little bit fortunate there to go in behind the corner.
He had no real intention of doing that at any point, so it's not a bad plan C.
C'est pas serré de ça.
Non,
C'est pas hyper serré.
It does give Kyle Smith a chance to freeze on it and get a 2 round this corner. Isn't it funny how often that corner guard comes into play?
Yeah, absolutely. So still good opportunity for Team Smith to pick up a couple of shots in this third end.
Line's good.
It felt
And the
like,
Cruz similarly.
I think Gammy's right.
Yeah, calling it light.
Go. I think
Line's
you've got to go.
perfect.
Sweep for T, Gammy. Really good line, boys.
Yeah, line and weight looks good on this.
Yeah, they really like it. It's in the hands of the sweepers now. No bounce.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Aye, good.
Nice shot.
Good judge, boys.
I think that was getting there.
Yeah, I think the line is probably gets quickening up a wee bit, so the sweepers were always
I
quite
thought
happy
you were
with
right
it.
when you said that. Good. Really nice judge, guys.
Le problème, c'est qu'il y a rien d'autre. Hein.
Can he spray everything with this? Catch as much as you can see.
Ouais, il faut faire ça. Hein.
I think for sure he's going to have to go for it.
8-9.
Exact.
8-9 sur 3 quarts.
Ouais.
3 quarts, resté une moitié dessus.
Exact.
The problem he's got is if he tries to freeze that,
Ouais.
then
C'est ça.
to be the shot,
Je pense
it's going to leave a nose hit for 2 anyway.
Non, ça. Il faut quand même mettre sur l'intérieur. Hein.
Not easy to kill the end off with a force here.
Absolutely not.
8-9. Juste 33 quarts.
Because he still has to count it, so he really almost has to bite the 4-foot circle to out-count it, which will probably leave Kyle Smith just a barrier nose hit.
It looked like it took a shot for Carl.
Ouais. 14, ouais, 14. Ouais. Ça, je pense.
Yeah, so important shot for Benoit Schwartz.
Oui.
Again, sweepers on.
Yeah,
This
looked
really early.
looked like it almost fell out of his hand a little bit there.
Ouais. Cheval. Wow, wow.
Don't want to bounce off this.
Oui. Vraiment fort. Valentin, fort, 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 fort,
Oh,
fort.
good line.
Yep, 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 yep. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, that was the problem. He really had to get the line right there, and I think he just soft-handled it a little bit, caught the early curl, leaving Kyle Smith a 4-foot draw for his well-earned 2.
Ça sert à rien de balayer?
Non, c'est juste, ça rien qui balaye fort de l'extérieur.
Ah, lui.
Bah, il l'a balayé tout le long, quoi. Exact.
Pierre de Cruz encouraging his sweepers to try and hold this one straight, keep it on the high side.
Hein?
Just over curled.
Fallait vraiment.
Fallait prendre la moitié, quoi.
Felt light, boys. I think you really got to go.
Curling hard.
So they're going to have to go hard to get this one there.
Come on, boys, you got it.
Sweepers on it early, but
Okay, guys.
yeah, they're happy. I think that's the key here.
Sorry,
Oh
boys.
dear.
Yeah, they just gave up on that one.
Yeah.
They knew as soon as they let it go, it was a little bit light for weight. So a missed opportunity for Team Smith. The Cruz really got away with that one.
Yeah. Both teams played a really good end of curling there, and it's funny how when you see 110% precision and then suddenly there's a regulation stone to win the end with a 2. Almost the pressure was off there, and with it maybe the focus. Down a different track as well always makes it difficult. Kyle Smith felt his first one was a little bit light, and the sweepers took it down that faster track. So 2-1, the Cruz will be delighted with the forced one.
Yeah, you've really got to make them shots pay. That's what's going to win you games at this top level.
Yeah, it's almost the difference between them going top 4 and having to go with a tight centre guard again. Just one up without the hammer, they've got to just keep attacking and try and get a guard and get a force on, or get a steal on, whereas they'd be happy enough to go top 4 if they've got their 2 there. So the Cruz at the 4th end, he's going to go corner guard. It's important for him that he scores at the 4th to try and maintain control of the 6th. Teams are very much play the scoreboard these days. That last stone advantage in 8 is vital. So he'll already be manoeuvring himself and thinking about which ends he's going to be scoring on. So 4, 6 and 8 gives advantage to him. Corner maybe a bit too long there, Kenny?
Yeah, maybe a foot further forward. We've seen that you can get around these corner guards with a little bit of weight if they're too long.
Yeah, and it's also a 4-foot blocker out there for the outturn, so if he has to make a draw to the 4 foot with his last for a 1 or a 2, then he's going to have to be playing the intern side, because that's blocked up now.
This one looks as if it's got a little bit of pace in it, though.
Yeah. Great line.
That's a nice shot there.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, it's funny. Kyle just having a coffee break there while the rest of the team are on. You're down to 1 sweeper, and the subconscious effort to just put a little bit more on it when you've only 1 sweeper, and it just gets that extra footer running.
Non, 8-9. C'est assez court. Hein. 8-9.
Direct.
Yeah, probably 8-9. This is deeper as well.
Ouais, c'est bien. C'est un poil plus que 9.
Ah, nice stone.
Yeah, absolutely. Just pushing that Yellowstone to the back 4 foot.
Je vais aller pour prendre l'autre, c'est très bien.
Line's good. Top 8, boys.
Weight's good.
Yeah, just trying to corner freeze the red at the top of the 8 foot. Looks more than that. Looks like it's.
Tom, we're better a little high of it. Shot. Good.
That's a really good shot.
Just
Just where he asked for
that
it.
7, so I don't like that bloody thing.
Lui après il fait ça. Ouais.
Ah. J'aime bien faire encore un free.
Good setup actually for both teams. It's unusual when you're both happy, but at the moment I don't think the Cruz will be too disappointed. He doesn't like that centre guard. I think I'd be moving the centre rather than taking the one at the top of the 8. Yeah, that's just what he's doing. Shading the ice back there for the Cruz. Yeah, we're trying to catch him on the inside here. Roll out himself, maybe develop a second corner guard. Yeah.
Well inside with that one.
Yeah. I think they were always trying to go that way and maybe feather the top yellow on the way past, but I think no hesitation from Team Smith. They see their guard as the danger stone, so as soon as I said both teams would be satisfied with the setup, they were of course both dissatisfied with the setup at the same time. They didn't like each other as opposition stones. So
Good.
OK.
we're going to see the end played in the house this time. So it's in line one. He'll try to take this yellow off the top at barrier weight, roll across the right hand side of the sheet as you're looking at it, on the outturn side for the Cruz.
Yeah, the Cruz just releasing before that blue hog line there. Stones must be released before the hog line. Oh, they get removed from play. It's pretty self-regulating, the World Curling Tour.
I need a line caller. J'ai pas compris pendant tout le long.
Right here.
Yeah, he was just a bit aggressive when he put the handle on there, and it just held it out. He's just saying there to Benoit that it's just eased it back a bit, and it kept it out there, even at that barrier weight.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Good bonus for Team Smith.
Yep, whoa.
Whoa.
Opportunity to force here.
Whoa, 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 whoa. No, leave it there.
Great separation.
Ça c'est fin.
Team Smith just need to make sure they can keep two in play
Mark,
here
Mark,
to
Mark.
avoid the easy blank.
Un quart, ok. Ok, j'ai mis un quart.
So there's a bit of an angle there, but I think Pats will be trying to get the hit and check across in front of the other yellow. Just roll slightly to the centre.
Whoa. Oui. Whoa. Oui. Ouais. Roule devant. Roule.
Well, it doesn't quite get in front of the other yellow, so it's a relatively easy take out for Team Smith.
Yeah, they're manoeuvring the stones nearer together, so Thomas Muirhead will be trying just to keep the two stones apart, not leave them an easy double.
Hey! Whoa! Whoa! No!
Just slightly high. Yeah, good control, guys. They did well to hold that. Bigger weight that time.
Petite moitié entière.
Probably an easier double for the Cruz.
Yeah, it's pretty thin though, to be honest. It's about half stone. Maybe a little less.
Whoa. Whoa. Ouais. Whoa. Whoa.
Hell,
Yeah,
great shot.
Yeah, Pats has had a good game, hasn't he? He's a killer of those outturns.
Le premier n'était pas facile. C'était le même angle, mais en fait, elle était ça.
What you've got to say is Team Smith have left them the opportunities to play them shots.
Yeah.
He was 9 seconds in that second one.
They'll not be too worried. They've burned up another end. They're still in control.
Yep. Yep. Hard, Tommy. Hard, Tommy. Try and hold the nose.
Yeah, just looking for this one on the nose.
Clean, you're all right.
Yeah, try and keep it as close to the middle as they can and make the blank as hard as they can for Schwartz. You saw in the second end when they had a single stone and Benoit nosed it, so they'll be trying to just make him play a similar shot.
Oh, Pat. Oh. Mets-toi juste. OK. Ouais. 9,5. Hein.
Yeah, just replaces that yellow with a red.
Out down.
9,5. Ouais.
Made him change his handle. He's having to throw the out turn rather than the in turn this time, just different track. Great shot over the shoulders of Team Switzerland, seeing Kyle throw his out turn draw strike down there.
Calm me a wee bit. Calm me a wee bit. I mean it. Roll it there where he knows the last time. Eh? Not asking to speak for no reason.
Yeah, interesting call there. Just trying to get the stone in the same place that Schwartz had nosed the last time. So. I don't think he'll do it twice.
No.
Mets-toi bien. Mets-toi bien.
No fear.
Yep, picked that one out nice and clean. So no score in the fourth end.
Okay.
It's still Smith leading 2 shots to 1 as we hit the halfway mark in the game.
So just to bring you up to speed with some of the other games in the quarterfinals, on sheet F we've got Bryce playing Ulsrud. The current score is 2-1 to Ulsrud, with Bryce hammer and drawing against a 1 to go 2-all. The All-Olympic clash of Team Denmark against Team Sweden, high scoring game, 6-3 to Team Sweden at the moment after 4 ends. And in the low scoring game on sheet C, Team Germany 2-1 up on Pat Simmons of Saskatchewan.
Yeah, it looks like Simmons is drawing for 2 in the fourth end.
To go 3-2, yeah.
But we've got underway in the fifth end. Cameron Smith for Team Smith.
Work it hard. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Halfway.
Yeah, so they're going to go centre guard. It's,
As far as you can.
I think they're wanting it
As far
tight.
as you can.
The problem is if they oversweep it too much, it'll overcurl. So they've got it halfway guard.
This is Valentin Tanner.
4-5. Une, c'est bien. 4.
3-4.
Parfaite. Une parfaite. 4-5. 4. Benoît. 4.
Call was to come around this centre guard.
It's a bit lighter than that, though, isn't it? No, he's okay.
Complètement de 8 pièces.
Yeah, we've seen him go corner guard with that first stone, but they're obviously just keeping their options open for the blank by throwing that stone.
Yeah.
End 5. I think the Cruz would favour a blank here if he could, and
Line's
just
good.
keep end 6 and
Line's
8 up
good.
his sleeve. So
Yeah, keep your powder dry for N6. Have a real good push in N6.
Line's good, Kyle. Not Tom, not Tom.
of course, Kyle Smith will be thinking the exact opposite, which is why he's gone probably more aggressive this end. He's gone a longer centre guard, and he's going for the force just to try and not give away an easy blank. They probably let the Cruz off a bit light at the fourth, peeling the guards early to.
Huit, 9. Une, c'est bon.
So drawing out to the wing now, he's got his counter in the middle, so
7-8.
Ça doit être dans le 8 pieds, hein, les gars.
Ouais, c'est
Oh,
bien,
oh.
has to make sure he doesn't leave a double. So he's going deeper this time.
Easy, easy, easy.
Just slightly back at TU is the call. He's got to watch, he's not right out the back.
14.
Yeah, so we'll just see Kyle Smith peel this one out. Kyle Waddle for Team Smith now at second. Really did have a great European Championships over in St Gallen, Switzerland, where they picked up the silver medal.
Gotta go! Gotta go!
And, well, that was not a great shot. No panic really at the start either, so.
No.
Maybe just took off on them.
I think it maybe did. I don't know if that grabbed something or not. There was certainly no real early desire for the sweepers to get involved. So they were maybe concentrating on getting a roll into the back of the forefoot, when really even a roll out wouldn't have been a disaster there. So can Switzerland capitalise on it? They're splitting the house to keep as much separation as they can on these three stones. Again, it'll be T-line or back T to make sure there's no cross-court double on the two back reds. So
yeah, nice stone placement, putting that one on the T-line.
Il y avait quelque chose de ma pierre juste avant le cross, je sais pas si t'as vu, j'ai fait.
got to try and get some of these reds a little bit closer. So
yeah, try and drag the play to the centre away from the wings.
Yeah. It's high enough that you can bite the back of the forefoot with a roll here.
Hide! Oh! Tom! Hide, Tom!
Yeah, looks like the nose. Good effort.
Yeah, what he has done, he's pulled it towards the centre, so he might get a chance to come around or freeze something back of the button.
Yeah, they're going to hope that there's a nose hit or just off nose here, but obviously the converse is true for the Cruz. He'll be trying to roll back out to the wing there. Chunk of ice, he's probably playing a down weight, but I've seen them take off here before. The Cruz had a miss down here in the third end. Won it straight away. That's away, you see.
Is it past the guard or not?
I think they called together a feather off the guard and try and roll it in, but let's turn the end around. So that's twice there on the same track of ice, the same in-turn that he's been found wanting.
Yeah, just a little soft with his in-turn, I think. Just not being positive and getting through the stone when he releases it.
If I hit it high, it should drag it.
Yeah, a wee bit of a
I
gap.
think it should still miss it.
Yeah, you see, from here, great angle, they look lined up, but what they're saying is if they hit it on the high side,
Even if it
you'll get a slight reverse on it.
That'll beat that one.
Yeah, might just nick the side of the back yellow.
Yeah, the centre one's a danger stone for them, so that's why they're making the go at it now when they've got the chance.
Well, they need to go hard to get it past this yellow stone that's short of the house.
Gotta go, gotta go.
Well, yeah, squeezed it past the side.
Yeah, just the gap between the stones stopped the reverse. There was no drag on that stone at all, but the line is shot behind the guards, so.
C'est bien 9. 9, 3 quarts, roulez là.
The Cruz will still be happy. He's got a nose hit on that to possibly bite the front of the 12 and lie too. I think just off nose, and the double goes over the top of the back red.
Un peu plus. 9.
Claudio Pats.
Non.
Some real nice takeouts in this game. Is that red going to hang around?
Oh, it is.
Oh, it is just.
That's a big break.
Parfait.
8-4.
See it once more. Just catching the high side of this top yellow.
Yeah, he couldn't have been a millimetre higher because they actually got a little spin at the end just to keep it in play. Kyle's willing it out, but he's obviously still not allowed to sweep that. Big cross-court double attempt here. Even if he gets halfway over and in behind the guard, isn't a bad attempt. Must get a roll of some sort. Well, it's a roll of some sort, but he wanted to be in for second shot.
Bien ça?
Yeah, so you may think, why is he not hitting that yellow on the left-hand side? The reason is, he's already sitting one at the back 12, so if he could swing another one round in behind the corner guard, he's sort of guaranteeing himself a shot for at least 2.
14-3.
Yeah, at least 2 being right there, Kenny, because if he can get right round this, it might be good enough that Kyle has to hit the open one, just avoid a 3. So advantage Switzerland at this end. I've seen lots of big hits from Claudio Paz. Let's see what his draw is like.
5, ligne, wow, plus vitesse, place, wow, Benoît devant. Fini, 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 ouais, faut que ça curle beaucoup. Bon, que ça curle, Benoît.
Has he done enough to get it into the 8 foot?
Cap, cache-toi un petit peu. Okay.
Well, that one just didn't pull enough.
Yeah, it didn't curl, did it?
14-4.
Certainly a chance to maybe play a hit and roll in behind or a slash double.
Yeah. Yeah, the one thing about the slash double is that the yellow might just catch it in. It's quite a slash though, isn't it? You've got to catch it. Quarter stone almost. The problem is that if he goes for the stone at the top, he can only see half of it, which means he'll probably roll out in the open, leaving an open hit.
We could hit and roll, and then we're losing 2, really.
Yeah.
Good goal for him.
Don't mind that.
I think if you're going for the top one, Kenny, you've got to go for the slash. You've got to try and lift the double if you're going for a tall. There's no benefit really.
Go with the slash. What's that, like half stone?
At the same
Still
time,
far off anyway.
the nose hits the back on the back one isn't the shot anyway, and you could end up in more trouble.
Yeah, I think I'd be having a go at the slash, to be honest.
It's a shot to nothing really.
No, I know.
Whatever else he does, he's probably losing a 2, so he might. This is the one way to avoid the 2.
Yeah, you probably getting the blank if we make the double.
Just catch what you can see, really.
Yeah.
Sweet ass.
Yeah, strike weight down the centre line. I don't think he'll not move too much.
Oh.
Leave it high.
Oh.
Yeah, just a bit high out of his hand.
Carl.
Whoa.
A little bit thin, is it?
Yeah.
Stuck it on the face.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just a shade thin. It was a brave call to sweep that one, to try and get it over the top, though.
Yeah, that's going to be really thin.
Because you almost would have missed it.
Non, il tape ça?
Ouais.
Ok. Alors j'aime bien ça.
Ouais, on fait ça.
Hein?
D'accord.
Comme Pat.
Ouais.
Je mettrais pas moins de glace que Claudio, honnêtement.
Ok.
C'était 14-4 avant.
So he's actually got a couple of options here. He's favouring going round the corner guard, obviously, but he could play the out turn round it,
Oui, bien sûr.
or he could draw to the other side of the house, split the house completely. He's got to be behind this guard, otherwise he could leave Kyle Smith the same shot that he's just played. They just watch this track, so they should probably throw the same line.
So Benoît Schwartz, the 4th player for Team Switzerland.
Ligne, oui. Wow. Oui.
Trying to get around this
5, 6.
Yeah,
halfway guard.
definitely a better line in this time. That one's curling
Good
more
shot.
than Pat's curl.
Good now. 4.
Has he got the weight though? Is he going to sit too? He's not. He is. Oh, it's very tight.
Just. I think it is a red, but...
Moi, je pense qu'elle est pourrie. Non, mais mec, après ça, elle a truqué la chacune.
Yeah, they had to go really hard at the end on this one.
Yeah, that's why it curled so much more than Claudio Pat's curled.
Mais, blague à part.
Yeah, so if Kyle Smith could hit and roll underneath, at least it's going to be a difficult shot for two.
Yeah. Even half a check makes it hard. Got to get inside roll of some sort here, though.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Close. Whoa.
Count me. Whoa.
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 Count me.
Must be very close.
Yeah, they like
Count
it.
me. Oh. God's sake.
Just stuck it on the nose.
I mean, it's still line the shot. They've still make him force the play to get his two. We've seen slight errors from some of these last stones. Yeah, he knows the difference there. Another inch would have made.
Yeah, just needed a half stone inside there. It made it a little difficult.
So it should be a regulation nose hit. A little bit inside out throw there.
Yeah, certainly needs to hang around to score his two.
That's on the high side.
Has he made contact? Just.
Yeah, another mistake with the last stone. Just a little inside and put it back out onto the brush, and no forgiveness at that weight. That was light. That was a heavier strike than Kyle Smith threw, and you just saw it didn't develop at all down there.
Yeah, so only a single point for Peter de Cruz to tie the game up now after up 5 ends. It's de Cruz 2, Smith 2. Game of missed opportunities for both sides.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of misses there, but probably two misses from the Swiss against that one missed stone from Kyle Waddle probably gave the force. Crucial force in 5 though, because it means that Smith's got hammer in 6 and 8 in a 3-end game, and it's all square. So Kyle Smith will be pretty determined to score at this end, and de Cruz really has to go for a steal at this one. I think we'll see some guards up from de Cruz and a bit more aggressive play. Looking to go relatively tight with the first one. I think they'll be hoping that it's. They've gone long. They've gone long with the first, tight with the second. Probably thinking that it's quite a difficult tick from out there. Yeah, too early in the game maybe.
Yeah, I don't think he needs this to force the issue.
Surprised Kyle's going with a corner guard here, Kenny?
I don't actually mind then.
I don't mind, like you just said there, he doesn't mind being in.
Yeah, that's what I like.
I think corner guard, yes, but there's no real need to go force an issue with a tick shot.
No.
He's going double centre, but you have to throw the corner there.
I'm not sure you do,
Double
Kyle.
centre, but we have to throw the corner, you know.
Yeah.
C'est 3, c'est bien. Il y a assez. Hein.
Looks like he's set that out. I mean, he's gone for the double centre guard, but that's got a lot to swing.
Easy, easy, easy.
Yeah, he's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see Kyle try and get one in there before Peter de Cruz. and tie up the top of the forefoot. Then he'll look to peel them centre guards.
Yeah. I suppose that's the argument against coming in the house with Cammy Smith's first one, is that it's blocking a handle up for peeling when you're coming to taking the centres off.
Let it stop, boys.
It might have just been in the way.
No.
That'll
tee
stop.
high.
It will.
Good.
Great shot from
That's
Cammy.
another great shot. Yeah.
13-6.
Really did dig in quickly though, didn't it?
Yeah, they were sure it was going to stop. I mean, it looked hot all the way down there. Look at the finish it got to. Probably guards are staggered in favour of this in turn. I was surprised that Cammy Smith played the out turn there, or the left-hander's in turn. Maybe just because the left-hand side gave him a better line in.
Ligne Oh, easy test. Ligne Ouais.
Great camera work here, just seeing how much this is going to curl, and this is going to finish right on top of that yellow stone.
Go.
Yeah, good sweep.
Yeah, stagger of the reds up top was favouring that, so Kyle taking the danger one off first. The long one's probably not worrying him too much at the moment, so just take the single peel. Half stone, roll the shooter out the way. Playing a hack weight to try and keep the shooter as a corner.
Whoa, Cammy!
Perfect.
Really got to go.
This
Gotta
one
go,
holding
gotta
its
go.
line.
Yeah, just feathered it. Yeah, I didn't like the call there, Kenny. I think they were trying to play two shots with one stone there. I think the single half stone peel was more important than trying to develop a second corner guard. You don't need to be doing that at the moment.
Même un peu trop loin, ça va.
Mais
Normal.
Après ça, nose, c'est peut-être mieux. Si on a un petit peu à l'intérieur, il a double, non?
So opportunity for Switzerland here for sure.
Ouais. Putain, mais il veut pas mettre encore moins de glace?
We're trying to bump this and roll the played stone across behind one of these corners. Outside chance of rolling, getting a bit of separation between the two reds as well.
Elle est quand même, je vois 3 quarts.
Could pop the top red behind the right hand corner and the played stone behind the left hand corner guard.
A lot of weight in this.
He's actually maybe going to come across the top and roll both stones across on the nose, and yeah, pretty nice result.
What do you think of that?
Yeah. That's why I wondered a bit more separation rather than on the nose. Half stone on this at the weight that Kyle Waddle can throw. These will both spin.
Yeah. Just catch around quarter stone. What it does do is it opens things up and allows Swiss guys to swing another one in behind. How close is he with this? Well, is it going outside door? Just.
Good, Kyle.
Yeah, the stones at Perth are pretty slick, so any good contact on that and it was going over the top. So, but like you say, the Swiss have still got the guard up.
Okay, place.
But it's a long guard.
C'est vraiment assez court. C'est 3-4.
On est un peu là.
C'est 4. 3-4.
Ouais.
3-4.
Les deux. Oui.
Not really moving till late on.
Yep. Encore. Go.
Yeah, just light enough. Really need to be another 6 feet there.
Yeah, that's not going to cause you any challenges at all.
That's only just biting.
So a couple of options for Team Smith. They've gone straight away. There was no hesitation that Kyle wanted to come straight in. They do want to score at 6. They're not really worried about taking the centre guard off and going for the easy blank, but
Wall line.
The other option would have been to take that centre guard off
Line's
the top,
okay.
try and
Line's good.
play the game in the house.
Whoa. Looks heavy. Oh, on its own, all on its own.
That's when we will sit down.
Yeah, they do stop in the middle there, but it's just a shady too far back tee. Gives the Cruz the chance just to put one there where he's bumping his brush.
Mais un mètre de plus.
Center line, ça va, hein?
13 and a half on your one. Stop top one out was 13.7 and all.
Just talking about the splits there, the ice might be changing a little bit.
C'est bien.
As the game develops, the more they work the pebble, the
Un peu moins.
slower the split time.
On n'est pas
Yeah, I
shot.
spoke to Nicholas
On
Adine
n'est pas shot pour
and
l'instant.
Havard Van Peterson on the way in this morning, and they said that the games are starting off really,
just
really
un
fast
six.
for the first 3 or 4 ends, and it's beginning to slow up.
Yeah.
Tail end.
Yep. Okay, laisse ça. Oh. Okay, ça.
Yeah, they've been caught out there too. So Team Smith were talking through the numbers early. We're 15, 15.6, and they're now talking 13. So
Or that.
Yeah, that's so terrible.
yeah, so the line one yellow, and really taking off the top one would be a good shot here.
Back line. Do you like that?
I don't know. I think I might be tempted just to throw something. Top 8 foot.
Close. Yep. Hard.
Got to get very cute.
Hard, Kyle.
The long guard.
Hard. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Oh.
Oh, it's got the wrong one.
Son of a.
Yeah, that was the real danger.
Sorry.
Doing that.
It's my fault.
Looked like Kyle Smith changed his mind halfway down there. He was called the top one, but then obviously realised there was a chance of taking the shot off the
La même copette, c'est parfait.
top of the 8 foot. But
Le Dieu, il était 14-3.
yeah, you like coming in and corner freezing that top one, Kenny, and
14,
really making sure the one you've got in there.
Yeah, just anywhere up in the 8 foot, between 8 and 10 foot, just cover the inside edge, and you're asking Peter de Cruz to call a run back and tidy things up.
Yeah, let him waste the stone rather than you yourself. Whereas now it's created an opening for de Cruz.
Et c'est bien.
Benoit Schwartz with 2 stones to come, just needs to make one of these 2.
Yeah, he can afford to play a little bit of running on this as well, because he knows he can tap the yellow back.
Point shot. Pile là. Ouais, oui. Perds la pas, c'est flat. Hein. Perds la pas. Oh.
Yeah, that looks like the perfect freeze to me. Just over curled a little bit, but he's right behind the guard. Yeah. All Kyle can do is follow that.
I was quite heavy.
Yeah, well, I got 11 on you. Back button, wait.
Just enough to touch
Oh,
it.
no.
Pop it back behind the tee, and if he lies shot, he'll have an angle onto it. It'll be hard for Schwartz to move it once Smith's played it, but he's got to be lying shot after this, or the whole thing's going to be happed up.
Like to throw like kind of back button, back 4. See if we can just hair the front one and tap it a little. Because we kind of need to tap it to be shot.
It's the same line as, you can see nothing of it.
Let's take a little less. 3.
Even if you sit on top of the 4 foot, you've got something to angle in next.
Yeah.
That's what he's got to think. Can't really afford to catch the guard.
Line.
Yep.
Yep. Whoa.
Close.
Looks a big wave.
Tommy.
Yeah, it will come though.
Hard, Tommy.
It's coming now.
Yeah, he's pretty
Gotta
close,
go.
I think.
Gotta shift it.
Gotta go.
Shift it. Hard. Okay.
Probably popped it too much almost. He was just heavy enough, got too much action on it. Couldn't have done an awful lot
Bah,
more.
si on fait juste
Yeah,
un
he
petit
passed
filtre,
the
les deux
top
choses.
guard by
Exact.
Yeah.
quite a fair margin, to be honest. If he squeezed past it, he might have been able to push it through the gap.
Yeah.
and leave himself sitting too.
Ouais, mais je crois qu'on peut
It's just going to be a straightforward,
Ouais, mais si on la pousse trop
high
loin,
hard
il
one
fait
for
le truc, on se prend 3 du coup.
Benoit Schwartz.
Ok.
Yeah, potentially could be sitting
Qu'est-ce que tu penses alors?
stuck
faut
on
faire
here, line 3.
Ouais.
On est
Rouler légèrement à l'extérieur.
Ouais, je pense. Hein.
Ok.
Ça,
Tu voudrais venir 9?
je pense qu'on est obligé.
9 et rouler là.
Je sais pas ce que je vois. Je vois juste tout.
Yeah,
Hein.
just
9 et
look for
rouler
this
là,
one right on the
franchement,
nose.
il va faire ça, mais ça va faire 0 quoi.
10.
Just that bad tactical call with Thomas's second stone. Kind of got them in more bother than they needed to be.
Si elle reste là,
Non, non, mais si je prends la moitié, c'est à Kata.
Or maybe earlier in the end, they had the
contrôlable,
opportunity to
ça.
take the centre guard off and they didn't. They like to come round.
parce que si on vient moins vite, si on fait ça,
Tu dis, on a 3 dedans. Ouais, mais ça, c'est dur. Hein. Ça, faut venir. En tout cas, backline.
Hein?
Ça, faut venir backline. Hein.
ouais, genre,
Minimum,
genre un bon
Not sure
backline
what
et
the
un
conversation's
bon
about here. It's
Genre
a
la
fairly
pousser là.
straightforward call to
Ça,
me.
c'est-
What trouble did they see? They're worried about it staying out there and jagging it into their
Si
own?
je suis large, je lui donne le shot.
Au backline et rouler
Just
là.
looking
quand même,
about what are they leaving them.
Non, mais je crois que si je suis large, il a un double pour 3 de nouveau. Hein.
Ok, d'accord. Ok. Fais ça. 10.
Ouais.
I think it needs
Ah
to
bon,
be on the
10?
Ah
nose.
bon, ouais.
Ok.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll make the double. Means that Kyle
Dix,
Smith
10.
couldn't play the
Rouler
takeout.
légèrement
And
là.
Oui, on est short.
And
mais
light
c'est un
shot.
peu
Light
dur
shot,
quand
so,
même de
yeah.
là-bas, hein. On est obligé de faire le double. Il faut qu'elle parte. 10. Ouais, on voit juste pas tout de la jaune. Hein.
is he worried
Okay.
about the triple? I think that's me what he's looking at.
Ouais, faut pas moins. Hein. Ouais. Un bon 10, on a dit. 9,5 10.
Wow.
Ouais, c'est bien.
Wow. Non. Non. Jamais rien. Rien du tout.
He's certainly not tight with this one, Rob.
No, he's making sure.
Ok, bien.
Yeah, good separation makes the triple harder.
Parfait. Hein?
Bien, ça.
Ouais, mais tu sais qu'on va jouer 10. Hein.
Yeah,
C'est 9.
no hesitation from Team Smith. I don't think they're contemplating the
That's
triple.
what you had, Kyle. That's what you had. That's what you had on your last.
Yeah, so just looking to come down and get a piece of the 1 foot to score 1. Sitting 3 against.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of played this track
Yeah,
the
it's
last
more.
time, so he should be able to manage the stone okay down here. It's just going to be a slightly lighter weight, so just got to watch this doesn't take off on them. Catch that front red, it's the danger stone at the moment. Passed the guard by a long way the last time, but I think he'll be a bit
Oh, no!
lighter.
Oh no!
Tight for line then.
Line! Line, Kyle!
They're going hard. They've got
Line!
a few options to play on coming down into the house.
Line!
They've got to miss the top red though.
I think this is all over the top red.
Gotta go! Gotta go, 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 go! Roll the shooter! Roll the shooter! Roll it!
Wow. A big steal of 3 for Pierre de Cruz on his Swiss side. So I think that's something that Team Smith will be going home to think about after this, because just a few tactical errors.
Yeah, it was the tactics that got them in the problem in the first place. I mean, that always looked like a danger stone. Was the one at the top of the red, the top of the house there. Made it a difficult shot for Kyle Smith, but
There you go.
really the damage was done earlier in the end, put themselves under that pressure when they had control of the game.
La continue à balayer, c'était parfait.
So there you see it, a big steal of 3 in the 6th end puts the Cruz 5-2 ahead here at the Mercure City of Perth Masters 2018 quarterfinals.
Yeah, it's not done yet. I mean, they've still got a great chance to get 2 back. We've seen that it is possible the swingier ice here to get a 2 or 3 with hammer, and the Cruz has shown that the steel can often be on. Lining up these lead stones are crucial to the whole end, though, and the Cruz taking no chances. Clearly going straight to the button with his first one.
Yeah.
14-3.
Yeah, doesn't want to get involved now. Doesn't want to leave any guards short. He's got enough points on the board. Can run for home. So Cammy Smith had a really good game. He's got to feel a little bit disappointed to find himself 3 down.
Yeah, he needs to just focus on getting his 2 corner guards up here. Give themselves a chance. Cruz going for the free pick. Not an easy one when it's out there.
Elle curle un poil plus celle-là, je pense.
Ouais, 11.
Tiens.
11 et demi. Ouais, à moins. 12.
Ouais.
It's a shot to nothing. They're not too bothered if they sail right past this, but if they can nudge it 2 stones widths to the right.
Ouais, roule. Ça c'est 12. 12, ouais.
Yeah, that one gets replaced. 4 rock free guard zone here this year.
Cammy Smith will be trying to leave it exactly level.
Same.
Calling the same split, so he's confident that it's level. It's up to the sweepers now to make sure there's no double on.
Yeah, good separation between the 2 yellows. But now we're into the 2nd stone, so they are able to remove them from play.
Yeah, of course, next year we'll have the 5 rock rule, superseding the 4 rock rule that we're playing this season. That there would be another stone played before the Cruz could rip guards off. So means more attacking curling, more stones in play, and easier for teams to catch up when they're back. These teams will be aware of this. They'll know how to build an end up.
Way only.
Gonna go.
Room. No line, Tom. You killed it.
Go. Has to go.
So yeah, just trying to
Just here. Just
draw her in
here.
behind this.
Level with the red. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Sweet.
Didn't curl and didn't move as much as you would have expected it to.
On peut faire ça. Hein.
But yeah,
No hesitation, take the
C'est
guard
très
off.
tôt.
yeah, Peter de
C'est
Cruz
très
is going to
tôt.
be asked to remove
Tu dis qu'après il va la remettre
the
là.
corner guard by Bimla Swartz. I think that's the only danger stone for them. I'm not too worried about that yellow that's in the 8 foot.
J'aime bien le vaisselle dans la maison.
No, I guess the other option
bien
for
le vaisselle dans la
Team
maison.
Smith here was to throw another corner guard, but the risk of doing that is that you get
Pas compris.
obsessed with putting 2 corners up and never
pas
being able to
compris.
use either of them, so a double could have come
Tu veux
into play.
rester?
So he's making
Roulez
sure
là.
that
Là. Exact.
he's going to nail down a chance of a 2,
Normal, normal.
and if a chance of a 3 comes up, it might still
Ouais,
happen.
bien sûr.
I think the Cruz overruling his 4th player there and saying that he'd rather hit the one out the house than the corner guard at the moment. You can see it all.
Ouais. Ouais. Ouais.
Either or,
Yeah.
they'll be fine.
He's got an option here.
Ouais.
I don't think there's a gap.
Go, 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 go. Bien validé. Très bien.
Back 8, back line.
So, corner guard still in play, still gives Team Smith an opportunity. Come round here at back 8 weight and bump it back and get in behind the cover, and maybe even leave the red in the house to act as a catcher.
Clean.
Good.
Clean. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Just maybe a shade heavier than
Tommy.
Kyle was looking for.
Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go.
Yeah, good effort. over curled, if anything, at the end. No, he's pretty good. He's got behind the guard and...
J'aime bien la garde.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they're looking at that top yellow. It's the guard all day long.
Ouais.
Yeah. It's the only stone out there that can cause them trouble.
This is why they should have hit it with the first.
Yep.
Hello, there's a guard.
Plus loin possible.
Yeah, they maybe just done enough.
Nice curl there.
Yeah, Kyle's happy. Likes the curl. Definitely an opportunity to come round it. Key shot for this end though.
Easy line. Kyle's in. Max line. Leave it late. Getting better now.
To be fully buried here, he's probably going to lie third shot though. So
All right, boys. Calm me. Go. Come on. That's good.
Yeah, it's a
Nice.
really
Fourth
nice throw.
shot, yeah.
Yep.
We were never going to beat that one, but
They've given them still a chance.
yeah, I mean, although the Cruz has got an open hit to probably lie 3, there is an outside chance of still using that corner guard, and Kyle playing a hit and flop, lifting a double and rolling across. Still need a mistake from Switzerland to actually do anything here though.
Bien actif ça.
Ok.
Ouais, go.
Well, for me, that's not a great shot.
No, it allows them to either get a freeze in the clutch there
Do
and into
it.
a basket, or play a hit and roll in behind the corner guard and develop the guard more. I like the freeze.
Yeah, just as Tom Muirhead's about to play this shot, one of the other quarterfinals is finished. Nicholas Edin makes his way to the semi-final. Rasmus de Journe
line.
failed at the quarter-final stage.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Wants to be really frozen in here if you can be. Just popping that back a tee and creating a little basket to catch in. Maybe just bumped it too much.
Faudrait essayer de garder tout ça.
Good
quoi.
attempt.
Ce serait un poil mieux, je pense. Hein.
Un quart, ouais, je pense. Ouais.
Benoit Schwartz will just try and pick this over the top of him.
Ok.
Yeah, good run out for the Danish Olympic team this weekend. He suffered a couple of defeats early on, but he's worked hard through the sea road and got qualified. And no disgrace to losing to Nicholas Edin.
Attention.
Peel weight from Schwartz.
Yeah, peeled that one over the top. Yeah, I think you might be able to make the triple, just 3/4 stone.
Pas de coup de 3 normalement.
Hein?
Pas de coup de 3 normalement.
4/5 would be about perfect, I would say.
Yeah.
Ouais, il va essayer de faire ce double et essayer peut-être de sortir celle-là éventuellement, rouler là.
Hopefully to try and keep the yellow in play, maximum separation across the other side of the house.
Yeah. Just a touch more.
Swiss have played a pretty good end here. It's not made it easy. Kyle Smith is living off scraps at the moment.
Hard, Tommy.
Not a lot of weight in this one.
Hard, come on. Hard. Oh, whoa.
Oh. No, just light enough, I think, because he wasn't going to be moving all those out the house anyway, so...
Franchement, qu'il le fasse, c'est tout.
Moi j'aime bien ça, mais. Ok. Je pense que c'est un poil plus dur, mais.
Ça, pour deux, moi, je trouve que c'est difficile.
Ah, ça, il va pas faire. Hein.
Ouais, c'est pour ça que je les rings, c'est bon. Ouais. Enfin, il va essayer, mais...
Ah ouais, c'est bien. Clearing. Pas moins.
Ok.
Ok, clearing, c'est bien.
So Schwartz has to be relatively careful here. He peel over the top to lie 2 or nose hit. Lie 3. He doesn't want to jam it on the back one though and give potentially Kyle a double for 2.
Oh! 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 No.
Yeah, he's going to be okay though.
He's making it safe on the high side, yeah. The risk of trying to nose it and come through the gap was fraught with danger, so he just played the percentage shot.
Yeah, it's going to be a straightforward nose hit for the single point. Not what Kyle Smith wanted to do, but that's all he's been left with.
Yeah. There's no double on to hold the shooter, so just a nose hit for 1 to go 2 down. Yeah, controlled weight, barrier weight.
Yep. Really hard.
Gotta go! Gotta go! Hard! Come on! Gotta go!
Big sweep, they're holding it at the moment, but that little curl in the house. Yeah, never too much danger. So they got 1 back, cuts the deficit. Swiss will be happy with the force there. Played a pretty tight end. No real risks. Good dialogue between the team there. They're just already setting out their strategy for this end. You see a similar strategy here. Last end, 2 down. Smith needs to go with centre guards. At least he's throwing them up first. He gets to play 2 stones before the Cruz can move any of them. Might all come down to the tick. So keep following the scores. We've seen Nicholas Hedin beat Rasmus Stern, and Ulrud on sheet F has just stolen a 2 against Cameron Bryce to go into a 5-2 lead. In our other quarter-final, we have Germany's Alexander Baumann, currently 4-3 up on Pat Simmons. So long guard from Cameron Smith first.
Long. We're tight line.
Called it long. He doesn't want this to over curl.
You need to go and get it over.
Yeah,
you know?
Got to get it in play.
Make sure, boys. Make sure.
Yeah, good stone.
Yeah, just does enough.
Probably even too long for a long guard. Tanner going for the tick, but it looks like he jagged that back a wee bit. So it's coming now, though. Just a lighter weight.
As he pushed it too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good attempt, but just over curled quite a lot.
Je pense, Ben. Je pense que c'est parce qu'elle est si haute.
Yeah, leads chance for glory gone.
Ouais, c'est vrai.
Yeah, so yellow's replaced, and chance for Cammy Smith to put a tight centre guard on now.
Line's good, Kyle.
Yeah, he's got to get these 2 lined up absolutely behind each other. Doesn't want to leave a double peel and get as much separation as possible.
Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. It's good. Good sweep, boys.
Yeah, maybe a couple of feet further would have liked, but they've got the end set up the way they want it.
Yeah, I quite like it there. Now that the first one was really long, you didn't have to be so close to the house with your second. They've got enough separation to allow them to come round with a third stone, and all three will be quite well separated.
C'est vraiment court. Hein. Ouais, cap, pour rouler après. Faut le faire.
Well,
That's not a great attempt.
Top 8.
you can get yourself in trouble by doing that. Block to draw both sides pretty much.
Yeah. Keystone at the end. Waddle needs to be in a scoring position here.
Line's good.
That centre guard's going to come off for sure, so they've got to get in with this one.
Room, calm me.
Sits down quickly at the end, so they've got to keep working it right up to the tee. Decent attempt. Switzerland will see half of it, but I think they've got to take that centre off.
C'est pas nécessaire, après elle est ouverte. Avec le in.
Ok.
No hesitation, the only choice for the Cruz was which handle do you want. I've seen him struggle on this in turn. Strike weight this time for sure.
Ouais. Ouais.
Early call again.
Allez, Val.
I think he's safe enough this time though. Yeah, good shot.
Bien, Neuilly, excuse.
What we thinking?
Là.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're into second stone. I think you throw the centre guard with this one, then go around the corners and force Pierre de Cruz to play against at least two with your last.
Yep.
Yeah. I'd like to use up a couple more guards yet.
That's the same ice.
I think if you go around the corner this early, then they'll probably open hit the one off the button. I don't think you'll suck them into taking the corner guard off. They'll be quite happy with their draw at the 8 foot for the game.
We'll split the line, boys.
Really set it in.
Needs to Carl, Cammy. Big push.
Gotta go.
Get the line.
Come on.
Yeah, they know the importance of the centre guard there, so it's an opportunity for Thomas to come down and give Kyle Smith a bit of support about the strategy here. They've plenty of time on the clock, so nearly 9 minutes in the time clock. Need to take some time and work out as a team what they're doing here, because it's a key shot after this. Cruz will peel the centre, and do they go centre again, or do they try and suck the play into the wing to try and use up another Swiss stone?
Slash double on the other double.
Ouais, c'est clair.
Si je joue derrière celle-là, tu fais, on peut le...
Centre guard again for me, Kenny. Yep, they're coming round though. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, I don't mind this call, because what you're going to do is you're going to force them to play against two. Out wide, probably ask him to, if you can get him to play against three, he's going to maybe go into a hit, he hits the wrong side, he rolls out, and
Right on the
you're down
block.
the extra.
Keep an eye on it. It's really
Yeah, so
Carlin.
just looking for this one on the tee line.
I think it might be back a tee. It's a bit crisper out in the wings. Seen him sitting down in the 4 foot.
Okay.
He's okay there though. Yeah, they're sitting down in that 4 foot track down the middle there, but still crisp in the wings. It's they're gliding on.
T'aimes pas enlever? Enlever la jaune là-bas? T'aimes pas enlever la jaune là-bas?
Yeah, I mean the call is the open hit, but he's got to work out where he's going to go with it. Good separation from Team Smith. They've left them so far apart that there isn't really a double on anywhere.
C'est bien.
Un bon quart.
Yeah, I won't be too worried about holding on to the shooter with this.
Oui. C'est bien.
Not far away though.
Yeah, it's close. Oof.
Yep.
Dommage.
He certainly went for it.
Ouais, ça, c'était financier.
He's nailed a few of those today.
So round once again, I would say, will be the call.
Well, like you said earlier, Kenny, it's going to leave him facing 2 or even 3 with his last. So it's certainly going to ask the question. The one thing is they are going to be wide out.
Bigger line this time. Watch the room, Kyle. Oh, you gotta let it curl.
This one just not moving as much.
Yeah, they don't want to leave a double.
Yep. Hard, Kyle.
It's coming now. It's a good weight, so it is going to curl at the end. Yeah, he probably sees too much. The back one's open anyway, so.
Je pense pas que ça aide.
Yeah, the double's there now.
OK, fais le double.
Une bonne moitié.
They'll only see half of it.
Ah, on fait le double.
Bonne moitié.
Hit what he sees, he
Ouais,
gets
double,
them both
c'est
though. Pats doesn't miss much today.
Oui.
Taking no chances, sweeping it early. And he stuck it.
OK. Bien.
Well, that keeps the neutrals interested.
Je vais jamais la prendre. J'avais vu assez vite que ça allait pas prendre.
Yeah, if he could ever get round right in behind, they're going to peel the guard.
12 pieds, il va être moitié dans le 8 pieds.
Okay, that goes edge of 4 the other side.
Yeah.
Top 8.
Make the skip play a shot with his last, and you can do no more than that when you're 2 down playing without. Cut his ice a wee bit.
I added a little, boys. Take a look.
Calling top 8. It's miles from the guard at the moment.
Wide out.
It will go at the end.
Come on, both of you. Go. Come on. Finish it.
They can afford to take this one deep.
Hard, Kyle.
Go.
Yeah, that's a good attempt because I think they'll always try and go for the guard.
Yeah.
All right.
OK. Moi j'aime bien normal. Normal, ça arrive après bord.
Well, they maybe go for the one in the house, just tighten the ice up, and if they peel the guard, then no real danger.
Yeah, it's an either or, isn't it?
Plus, si on est actif, ça va juste.
What this says is, that, to me,
les gros, ils sont pas beaucoup curlés en
10
fait.
et demi.
C'est ça.
Roulez, shot.
he's happier facing
Ouais,
2
je vois
than
2
3.
tiers.
Yeah.
OK. Moitié, roulez là, c'est bien. Pas mal.
Ouais.
Yeah, he'd much rather try and outdraw the back one when he's only facing 2 and it's an extra end potential, whereas takes the guard off, he's facing 3 and a hit and stick. So
Ouais. Ouais.
Going up for line on this.
must be tight to the guard, but of course he had to be tight to the guard.
Tourne. Yep. Continue.
Has he made the double? No, he hasn't.
Oof. Near perfection. They'll be delighted with that. Kyle should see the top red, so if he can replace that.
Bon, allez, ouvert.
Yeah, he must have got very, very tight to that guard.
Yeah, really tight. I didn't think he could go. You almost
What
got
is
the
it,
inside of
half
that
a
still.
batter, do you think?
What he couldn't have afforded to do was just feather the guard and run through.
Again, Kyle needs to probably be tight to the guard, take a bit of a chance on here. He hasn't got a huge degree of options. If this rolls in the open, it's an easy hit for game.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's going to roll into the open.
Yeah.
In de nouveau, le bord de la pierre.
So same shot again for Benoit Schwartz to make it into the semi-finals.
He has the luxury of being able to roll this time with him being 2 up.
final stone of the 8th end for Benoit Schwartz.
Nettoie bien,
4th player
nettoie
for
bien,
Peter de Cruz. He's up already.
Nettoie, nettoie.
I think this one's made.
Yeah, they like it.
Yeah, it sure is. Hits and stays, picks up a single point, and it's a 6-3 win for Team de Cruz.
Thank you. Thank you.
A game that could have went either way, Rob.
Yeah, the big turning point was the 6th end, where the steal of 3, when Team Smith got themselves a little bit bogged down, and maybe a tactical error. Maybe de Cruz showed a bit of nous there. They sucked them into an attacking end and left Kyle Smith with a really difficult shot to play with his last. So they'll head off to Hamburg in a couple of weeks, followed by the Olympics in February. But de Cruz will head to the semi-finals here first. Other games going on. We've seen Bauman extend his lead against the highly rated Canadians. In fact, they've just come off, so that's a win for Bauman. Great result for him. That's a real scalp. And we're just seeing the local boys, Team Bryce of Scotland, playing against Norway's Thomas Olsrud. Team Bryce got one back in 7, so just one down playing the last. Two down playing the last. But you can follow these scores on the excellent coverage of the World Curling Tour on the PerthMasters.com website, as well as WorldCurl.com.
Yeah, so that's it from the quarter-final action as we review the second end shots. Some great play in the first half of this game.
Yeah, there really was. Claudio Pats himself played this great treble. Turned that end round when it looked like a 2 or a 3 for Team Smith for sure.
Yeah, fourth end. Hits and runs from Benoit Schwartz. Kyle Waddle trying to make the hit and roll over in behind the centre. Sixth end. A really important end to talk about in this game.
Yeah, this was the one that swung it, and
that call there was really the turning point.
Yeah, Kyle Smith ended up having to play a really big shot with his last against that one on the button, and ended up having to play against a 3 with his last stone. So.
Yeah, seventh end. Team Smith 4-1. Eighth end. Tidy up job from the Swiss guys, keeping things clean.
Yeah, we saw a couple of mistakes early on, particularly from Peter de Cruz, but once the Swiss had their noses ahead, they were really clinical. They closed the game out very well, and despite the Scots lads not doing an awful lot wrong, they just were never in it in the second half of the game.
Yeah, so that's it for the quarter-final action. Team Smith being defeated by Team Peter de Cruz. So the Peter de Cruz marches on to the semi-final, which will be at 12 noon UK time. So join us again. So from Rob and myself, thanks for listening.